Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash, and a sincere salutations to the Tabernacle of David, you Akim pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth, faith, and sincereness. And also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath who are listening and learning. Lord's willing, this be edifying.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Airlines, supermarkets, TV news channels, banks around the world are affected by this massive IT outage thought to be linked to Microsoft's business computer systems. You may well be wondering what is causing it. Well, at this stage, it seems to be linked to an issue with Microsoft's PC computer operating systems and the cloud computer servers that many of these global businesses use for their operations.
Outage is being reported nationwide. The tracking website downdetector.com is reporting more than 32,000 outages for AT&T customers. We're also hearing reports of customers with AT&T are struggling to call 911.
That's not good. All right, more than 800 outages also reported for Verizon and T-Mobile users. It's unclear what caused this outage. There has been no word yet from any of these major cellular networks. Did you have a problem this morning, Pete?
I didn't notice
it. Welcome.
But great to be here. I did not notice it, but a lot of people have.
Yeah.
It's coast to coast. It's not the kind of thing that was just happening here in New York. Apparently, reports are it's all the way to LA. Maybe.
Explain. According to cell service outage tracker downdetector.com, customers of AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and other smaller providers reported service outages beginning at 3 a.m. Eastern Time this Thursday morning. It seems the outages were concentrated in large cities. Some users reported their phones were showing an SOS message.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Second Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Right. Because the Lord has set up prophets which go out week in and week out on the highways and byways, sounding the trumpet to warn the people of the day of doom, that there's a storm on the horizon, to prepare. And since you people haven't taken heed to the prophets, the Lord's mouthpiece, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is about to have 7 angels blow 7 trumpets. They're going to make all you proud people suddenly afraid. Pertaining to Revelation, the 8th chapter. Real quick, this is just a quick summary of it. It reads, in the Bible, book of Revelation, 7 angels sound 7 trumpets in sequence to signal apocalyptic events that John of Patmos sees in his vision. Okay? That's all we need from that. All right? And what comes to mind when you think of apocalyptic events? Grid down scenarios, power outages, No contact with 911, with authorities. People fighting in the streets, chaos at night. People doing whatever it takes to try to survive. You know, you've seen all these such things in all the apocalyptic type movies. Okay? And this is what the Lord is about to bring about upon the earth. Real quick, because you people have walked in great pride. This is Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. It reads, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. And their affliction, they will seek me early. Right? And your affliction, you're going to seek the Lord. You're going to remember the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're going to remember why you should fear the Lord. Okay? And real quick, I want to get this old article from CNN. It's entitled, On the Exact Same Day, 42 years ago, a New York power outage turned into a crime rampage. And I'm just going to read a little bit of it. It's from, July 13th. It's an old article in 2019. It reads, on July 13th, New York City went dark. The outage plunged 73,000 people into darkness in Midtown Manhattan and the Upper West Side on Saturday night. It left people trapped in trains and elevators and the bustling city lit up by cell phones. But this wasn't the first time a major power outage hit the city. On the exact same date in 1977 and the beginning of the stifling heat wave, a 25-hour blackout sent the city into havoc. During the blackout decades ago, people did not help guide traffic and take it in stride like they did Saturday. Back then, a crime rampage broke out as people filled the pitch black streets, looting and setting stores ablaze all across Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and the Bronx. More than 1,000 fires were set, 60 of them major. Nearly 2,000 properties were vandalized. 2 people died and 436 police officers were injured. Okay, so that's that was just in a 24-hour blackout. All right, grid down scenario. So imagine what happens when the world goes dark. Imagine what happens when the world goes dark. So back to 2nd Esdras 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. Right. And we're living in the end times, the last days. Okay. The end of this current age, the end of this current Edomite rulership. All right. And it's going to go out with a bang. It is going to go out with a bang. So all these things that you're seeing, all right, these grid down power outages, cell phone outages, there are no coincidence. All right. Ultimately, this is the Heavenly Father working. All right, let's get that. This is Psalms chapter 119 and verse 126. It is time for thee, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to work, for they have made void thy law. Right. You people have made void the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. All right. So what? The Lord is about to work. And real quick, biblical usage, it says to do, fashion, accomplish. Okay. To do, to work, make, produce. All right. To act with effect. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's acting, man. All right. He is acting. He's putting in work. Just that simple. All right. But even with all these video epistles and the prophets going out week in and week out, you people still aren't going to get it. You're not going to get it until it's too late. Let's end it with this. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great miseries, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? Scourges for you people to consider your ways and your actions. And because you didn't pay the tab when you had a chance, when you had liberty, you're going to have to suffer the consequences. All right. Now that the bill collector is here. All right. Oh, man. Scourges. Hey, man. Sent for amendment. It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wicked ways, nor be always mindful of the scourge. Right. Even though the Lord is showing y'all great signs, these massive natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, all manner of unprecedented things that are taking place on the face of this earth right now. You people are still not taking heed, man. Man, what do they say? A hard head makes for a soft ass. All right. So, hey, man, stay tuned. All right. The Lord is working. He's turning up the temperature and he's working. All right. He is working. So, Shalom Israel. Wa Abad Babal.